This is the secret to what I like to call fake shred. And honestly, some of the best players in the world do it on purpose. Speed doesn't have to mean complexity. Some of the most exciting, professional sounding licks are just a handful of notes played in a tight, repeatable loop. So you've got the pentatonic scale down, you know some licks, but when you try to go and play fast, it just falls apart. Today I'm going to show you 3 types of repeatable licks that you can drop into your pentatonic pattern that'll pave your way into sounding like a fast player and faking shred. Stick around to the very end of the video because I've got a free gift for you that you're going to love. So let's get into these 3 types of repeatable licks. So we're going to be in the key of A minor today, and we're going to be focusing on this particular minor pentatonic pattern. And what's great about these repeatable licks is that you can take them string by string in the pentatonic pattern. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's get into the first type of repeatable lick. And it's a type of trill. A trill is going back and forth rapidly between 2 notes. Let's just start right up here on the high E string between the 5th and 8th fret. You can pretty much, pick the string once and then just play it as long as you want. Because what you're essentially doing is you start with your first finger on the 5th fret here. It's kind of an anchor point, right? And then your 4th finger is going to be hammering on and pulling off that 8th fret. And it's going to look like this. Pretend like your finger's a little hammer coming right down there on that 8th fret. And then when you pull off, what you're going to do is you're not just going to simply release. You're not just going to go like this, because then you lose sustain. I want to keep the note going because this is going to be a repeated trill. So we're going to go, and we're going to pull almost like the pinky is acting like a pick, picking the string on its way out. So notice how it's like I'm pulling on it just a little bit and then releasing it, and the volume stays consistent. Obviously, this is something you want to gradually build. So if, let's say, this is your speed right now, where it almost sounds like a siren, like a police siren. That's okay. Start there and then gradually build up speed. And what's great about that is you don't have to think too much. You're just going back and forth between 2 notes, right? It's actually good exercise to just jump between each string. Maybe do 4 counts with each string, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And another way you can play these trills, you don't have to just hammer on and pull off. You can pick every note if you want to, That's something that, Carlos Santana does a lot, and it's a great sound. But keeping the licks really simple, and as you gradually build speed and get faster and faster at it, you're only going to fake your shred that much better. The second type of repeatable lick I like to call open string triplets. So what we're doing is sticking with the same pentatonic pattern, we're going to incorporate open strings in a 3-note sequence. So it's a triplet. Let's say starting on the high E string, we're going to pull off from the 8th fret to the 5th fret and then to open like that. And it's that 3-note sequence. Triplet, 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 triplet. Right? And that works on all strings. Triplet, 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 triplet. When you play them fast, it's a great way to really fake playing fast. But it doesn't have to be descending, right? We don't have to do just pull-offs. We can do hammer-ons too, starting with the open string. So if we did open, high E, hammer on the 5th fret, then the 8th fret, that might be a little bit more challenging than pulling off. Right? And it's triplet, right? So triplet, triplet, triplet. All right? All that stuff just sounds really good. Now, keep this in mind, okay? Not every key that we play this in will the open strings work as well or sound as in the box, right? So for example, in the key of A minor, these open strings work great, but if let's say we brought it up a half step to B flat minor, doesn't sound nearly as good. It sounds kind of outside, so it could be interesting. You could try it out, Now, in my experience, I find the keys where it works the best or just sounds the most in the box, is the key of A minor, B minor, E minor for sure, maybe G minor and D minor. Let me test them real quick. Yeah, it could work in D minor and G minor. You know, that could work too. Think of these open strings as passing notes because they're happening fast, right? We're trying to play this fast because we're trying to fake shred. So it's not like we're sustaining any particular open note that may clash or just be really outside of the key and just kind of sound clunky, right? And like you made a mistake. But if you play it fast enough, right, and you pass through them, use them as passing notes, not only is there a good chance it's going to sound good no matter what, but you'll sound like a pretty fast player. And by the way, if you're getting value out of this lesson, do me a favor, hit that like button and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We got a whole lot more lessons coming your way, and I'd love for you to be in the front row when they come out. Now, the third type of repeatable lick, I'd say is probably the most advanced and the most involved of the three. This one's gonna involve a 4-note repeatable loop, and it essentially sounds like this. So let's break it down, okay? Let's start on the high E string, right? So starting with pinky on the 8th fret, pick the string, pulls off to the 5th fret, right? So your first finger on the 5th fret's like that anchor point again. And then your third finger can reach over to the 8th fret of the B string. So now we're involving another string just for this one moment here. And then the 4th move here, we go back to playing that 5th fret on the high E string to gear up for the repeat. So it's pick, pull off, pick, 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 pull off, pick, pick. When you're looping this, let's talk about the downstrokes versus upstrokes, right? So it starts with down, pull off, right? Down, down, up, pull off, down, down. And then once I'm doing that loop, it's always gonna restart it with an upstroke. This is just the smoothest way, and it's a use of economy picking, right? And the same thing as we go, you know, throughout the scale pattern here on the B string, right? So just watch what my picking hand is doing. I'm gonna do it really slow. So it's down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, up. It doesn't matter where we're playing it in the scale pattern. If we're doing it here, same thing, right? When it comes to picking patterns, you almost want to like rap it to yourself, like down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, up. It just kind of helps you with the timing of it because that's really kind of what's happening with a repeatable lick like this. It can sound very percussive and cool, you know, so you can think of it like a beat in a way, you know? So if you're doing this nice and slow, just say it out loud to yourself, right? Down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, however many times you want to loop it. Because every time you loop it, it'll start on the upstroke, but when you kick it off with the downstroke. Same here. And when you build that speed and you combine those 3 types of repeatable licks with your favorite pentatonic licks, I mean, you could start sounding like this. Now, if you want to take what we learned today even further and apply it to every key, not just the key of A minor, then there's something I want you to have for hanging out with me today. It's a free cheat sheet on how to instantly solo in any key. Yes, any key. Not only are you going to learn how to find every key on your fretboard, but you're going to do it in record time. Now, imagine playing all those repeatable licks in every key. That's pretty awesome. Just be sure to click here to claim your free copy, or if you're watching this on TV, scan that QR code or check the link that I left for you in the description box. And remember, you don't need a whole lot of notes to sound like you're playing fast. You just got to play it smart. See you in the next one.